Okay. So Shabbat Shalom. Welcome everyone, and we're gonna, as always, we're gonna start off with Colossians 3:17, giving all praise and glory to the Most High power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Khan. Okay, let's read that.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 17. And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to the Most High power and the Father by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua.
Right. So all that we say and do is gonna be in the name of the anointed Savior, HaMashiach Yahushua, our power. And we give thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem HaMashiach Yahushua. He's worthy to be praised for everything. So we give praise to the Most High, who's the power of Abraham, who's the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob. Forever, he said that's his name, forever, the memorial to all generations. So you can't go wrong with using and praying to the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because he said that's his name forever. And Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel. So we're going to go to Exodus, the first chapter today. We're going to start at verse 1. Exodus 1:1.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1, verse 1. Now these are the names of the children of Israel, which came into Egypt. Every man and his household came with Jacob.
So these are the names of the children of Israel, our forefathers, that came into Egypt. Every man in his household came with Jacob, our forefather. Okay? Read.
Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Issachar, Zebulun, and Benjamin. Dan, and Naphtali, Gad, and Asher.
Right, so these are the men in his household that he's saying that came with our forefather Jacob in Egypt. When the famine was happening, we were going through this, where Joseph was already set up right under the Pharaoh. So when they came to Egypt, they found out that Joseph, who their brothers had sold to the Arabs, gave them to the Arabs, and the Arabs sold them to the Egyptians. So here they are now in Egypt. Go ahead.
And all the souls that came out of the loins of Jacob were 70 souls, for Joseph was in Egypt already.
See? So there's 70 souls that came into Egypt with Jacob. And Joseph, their brother, as I said, that his wicked brothers sold, you know what I mean, got rid of him, jealous, envy, and pride and all that. You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing that's just, we looking at our nation, it's just started, it's been there. You see what I'm saying? All the way back to Cain killing Abel. You want to know the real? You see? And Eve designed their power. While we born into a world where we all have to come out of eating of the tree of good and evil. You see? To be righteous in the eyes of the Most High. By keeping his laws and following his commandments and statutes and judgments, his rules and regulations, and having faith in the Mashiach Yahushua, going to the Most High on our behalf. That's why we start out with Colossians 3:17. See? Go ahead.
And Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation.
So Joseph died, and all his brethren, and all that generation that came into Egypt. Go ahead.
And the children of Israel were fruitful.
Well, fruitful meaning we had a lot of children. We was pumping out them babies. Go ahead.
And increased abundantly.
Increased abundantly. Go ahead.
And multiplied.
And multiplied, read.
And waxed exceeding mighty.
Understand this. When it says, and waxed exceeding mighty, exceeding mighty, in the land of Egypt amongst these Hamites, so these so-called Africans. So when it says wax exceeding mighty, meaning that we were taking over. We took over, you see, for at least 4 dynasties. I believe from the 14th to the 18th dynasty. You see what I'm saying? But no matter what, it was 4 dynasties that we were in power. Now this is when Egypt was powerful to the utmost, read.
And the land was filled with them.
See, the land was filled with us. In abundance, read.
Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
See, a new king that rose up in Egypt. Joseph is dead. So this new king that rose up didn't know anything about Joseph. Remember, Joseph was right under the Pharaoh. So if you were right under the Pharaoh, when the Pharaoh died, who took over? Joseph. You see what I'm saying? So this new king that came up, he didn't know anything about Joseph, read? Because remember, Joseph then died. So you got a generation, just like we living now, a generation later from now, they don't know anything about us. They might have heard of us, whatever, but they don't really know us. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Come on, are we mightier than the captivity that we in now? For people to think that we in captivity at this time? No. No. But see, we were more in number and abundance than them, than the Egyptians. And mightier than them. He's telling you, and mightier than them, right? Read.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land.
All right, so he said, hey, let's deal wisely with them. We gonna see a war happening, and we join with those that are against the Egyptians. That's the land that we're in, right? And we fight against them. Remember, we mightier than them. So they looking at, man, we gotta deal wisely with them and do something to them, because if we don't, we gotta get them out of the land, else, you know, they're gonna be going with this. These people are gonna wipe us out. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
Right, so they set up over taskmasters to afflict us. They started, this is when we, right here was just when we started going into captivity under the Egyptians. You see, these taskmasters, just like they had the overseers, they call the overseers in the slavery here in America, but there's taskmasters that was over us to afflict us, you know, with their burdens. When we started going into captivity. Read, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses. So who building? We are. So who know how to build these temples and these pyramids and so forth? We do. Why you think the pyramids all over the world where we're scattered at? Because remember, at this time, who's here? All the 12 tribes. See, everyone's here. You see what I'm saying? Joseph's descendants, that's not named here, but all of our other brothers with their families was here. So we built these cities, so we know how to do this. We had that technology. They don't have that. To this day, they don't have that. Go ahead.
Verse 12. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew.
Yeah, the more they afflicted us, the more we had more babies and more babies. We might have been out there going through that burden, but we was getting our groove on at night, whatever. And because women ain't have babies without it, right? So here it is. We multiplied and grew, having a lot of children, right?
And they were grieved because of the children of Israel.
They was grieved because of the children of Israel. They ain't like us, read.
And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor.
A hard bondage. You know, you see what I'm saying? A hard bondage. Talking about we the same people. We not the same people. See, read.
And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage.
They made our lives bitter with hard bondage. Come on.
In mortar and in brick.
Building. We the builders. We the real masons. The brick know how to deal with that brickwork, right? Go ahead.
And in all manner of service in the field.
I ain't talking about the masons. Talking about that this secret society. I'm talking about actually doing the brickwork. That's it saying here, right? Read.
All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor.
See, a hard bondage. Everything that they made us, how they made us serve, was with rigor, because they didn't like us. Read.
And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shiphrah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew woman, and see them upon the stools.
Okay, hold up now.
Right.
Wait a minute now. It's a whole other different type of way to have a baby.
Laying on your back.
Laying on your back, right? Now, y'all see this, women. When you see the women doing what?
And see them upon the stool.
See them upon the stool, because you be on the stool, the gravity gonna make the baby come down. And they just be right there to catch the baby like this, coming down, right? you see them upon the stool, Esau got them on their back. Yeah, go ahead.
If it be a son,
It'll be a son, he said, read.
then ye shall kill him.
Then kill the male child. Read.
But if it be a daughter,
But if it be a daughter, read.
then she shall live.
Then she shall live. Oh yeah, that's a reason why. Uh-huh. Why you gonna kill the boys? Why you wanna kill the boys? Let's find out. Why would he want to kill the boys? Look at go to Ecclesiasticus, the 30th chapter. Start at verse 3. It's on page 88. If you have the Cambridge University Red Apocrypha, let's read this.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 3.
Now you keep this in mind because the Bible pertains to a way of life. Even until today. Read this.
He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
So he that teaches his son grieveth the enemy. Now we're in captivity under our enemies, the Egyptians at this time. Go ahead.
And before his friends he shall rejoice of him.
Right, because he's going to be in order. Read.
Though his father die,
Though his father die. Read.
yet he is as though he were not dead.
Yeah, he is, though he were not dead, because his son has been taught by him, so he has the same spirit, you know, same type of flavor. Everything that his father was teaching him to do is from him.
Huh.
Read.
For he hath left one behind him that is like himself.
See, there it is. He have left one behind him, if he died, that's like himself. Go ahead.
While he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. And when he died, he was not sorrowful.
Come on.
He left behind him an avenger.
This why it said kill the male sons. Because what? What did it say?
He left behind him an
He
avenger
left behind him an avenger. Read.
against his enemies.
Against his enemies. Come on.
And one that shall requite kindness to his friends.
Right. See? So that's all I want on that. Showing you why, a reason why he's saying kill the sons. You see? Tell the midwives, when you see the women upon the stools, if it be a son, in verse 16 of Exodus, the first chapter, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. That's why I say, I just want you hear me say, why would he want the women to live? The daughters to live? Because they would give them over to them. I mean, you're in captivity. You're gonna grow up and you're gonna be part of. You're gonna just be part of. They're gonna have sex with you, with our women, as they grow up. They're gonna be learning their way. You see what I'm saying? The women wasn't no avenger, but the sons were. We the warriors. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 17. But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them.
So the first is saying, hey, the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but something else too. Read.
But saved the men children alive.
But they saved the men children alive. Oh yeah, read.
And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them,
Because that's murder. That's straight murder. You see what I'm saying? It's like, okay, well, these people knew. We the children of Israel. We are the chosen people of the Most High. That's why I said when you look at our generations that we're dealing with now in this captivity, and they don't realize what the Most High did in Egypt behind the children of Israel. You know, you got videos where they crying out, telling Esau about what he's doing. He has the children of Israel in captivity. And what the Most High did here in Egypt, gonna be worse here in America. In holding us captives and not letting us go. Because they not gonna let us go. As it is written. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So these are examples to show us how important it is for us to get ourselves together with the Most High. Now how these heathen women, these midwives, you know, feared the Most High. They wasn't gonna kill the sons. That's murder. That's on them. Go ahead, but look how they did, read.
And the king of Egypt called for the midwives and said unto them, why have ye done this thing, and have saved the men children alive?
So he said, why you done this thing and saved the men children alive? Check this out, read.
And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
Read that again. You hear that, sisters? You hear that, brothers? What it say?
Verse 19. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women.
That's right. Say the Hebrew women are not like. They're not as the Hebrew women. Come on.
For they are lively.
They are what?
They are lively.
They are lively. Read.
And are delivered ere the midwives coming to them.
Yeah, say, hey, no, so they come in and so they drop them babies. You think they gonna let you take, they gonna let us take their baby and kill it?
Come on.
What y'all think about that, sisters? I don't think so.
Take a baby.
Take your baby and go kill that baby. Nah, I don't think so, right? So they lively. I remember I was in New York, never forget it. And the brother's wife, I think she already had about 10 or 11 children. And she said she was gonna have that baby the weekend. She kind of planned it out, you know. She had so many. She said, "I'm gonna have that baby. I'll be right back." So I'm thinking that you have a baby, you're gonna be in the hospital at least in 3 days or something like that. She had that baby because I had a counselor at came home she had that baby at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Good.
Right?
Good.
She was back home. I came in about 4:30, and she was in that kitchen making breakfast. Brought the baby downstairs, showed me and everything. Straight up, she had it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. She was at home. She had been home, and came downstairs and made breakfast at 4:30. Lively. I can relate to that. I'll never forget that. I was like, whoa. Man, oh man. I mean, that's our women. That's the children of Israel. She telling it right. He said, the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively. And are delivered ere the midwives come in unto them. Shoot, go ahead.
Verse 20. Therefore the Most High dealt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty.
See, the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. Are we mighty now? You keep hearing this word mighty. You see? Read.
And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses.
That he made them houses. Go ahead.
And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive.
See? Still telling them. He charged the people. Every son, every Hebrew son that was born, he said cast him into the river. Throw him into the river and drown him. Anybody that's a Hebrew son that's born, throw him in the river. To drown them. Cold. Just like they no different than what they did with our babies right here for alligator bait. You know, I seen some alligators today, man, from Alabama, man. They huge. I'm talking about it was over 1,000 pounds. Way over 1,000 pounds.
Dinosaur.
Yep. You know, but that's what they used to take our babies and throw them out there to catch the alligators. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine that, man? You get up and your baby's gone, and then you never see it again because the alligator ate it up. Use it for alligator bait to catch alligators. But, you know, you're supposed to forget about it.
Right.
Get over it. Who have a history of as such? You know what I mean? We're reading about our story right here. With these Egyptians. Read.
Chapter 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him, that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months.
So, she had a child, and she hid him 3 months. Mind you, you looking around, you walking around, and you seeing babies being thrown, our boy babies being thrown in the river. So she hid him. So when you was having babies, you had to hide your baby. Or else they see him, he told the people. Not these midwives, any Egyptian. You see them, them Hebrew women have boys, take them and throw them in the river. Drown them. Read.
Verse 3. And when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sisters stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him.
Right, so she made a little basket and put him in there, and the sister was looking at her doing this to find out what she's going to do with him. Read.
And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river. And her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it.
So she seen this baby among right there, you know, in this part of the river. He said, hey, go get him. Read.
And when she had opened it, she saw the child. And behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him and said, this is one of the Hebrews' children.
So she looked at him.
She knew.
Said, hey, this is different. Okay, this is one of the Hebrews' children. You know, she seen that he was a good-looking baby. Said, hey, this is one of the Hebrews' children. Read.
Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women?
Said, should I go and call for a nurse of the Hebrew women? Go ahead.
That she may nurse the child for thee?
That she may nurse the child for thee? Come on.
And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother.
So now, the maid went and called the child's mother. So now the child is with his biological mother. Read.
And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it.
So now, the child is with his biological mother. So the child is being nursed and nourished and taught as a Hebrew. You see? A lot of it's not brought out, but this child is being taught from his biological mother, who's a Hebrew, that's teaching the child Hebrew, customs and so forth. Go ahead.
Verse 10. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water.
Right, so the child grew. So as the child growing, you're not going to sit there and not teach him.
Come on.
He was being taught from the womb. So now he's back with his mother, and she teaching him the Hebrew way, the Hebrew customs, right? So now she gives him back to Pharaoh's daughter as he's older now. And Moses became Pharaoh's daughter's son. Read.
And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren.
So now it went from the child grew. It don't say how old he was.
Come on.
The next verse say what? He's grown.
Come on.
He's grown. He's an adult now. And Moses, read that again.
And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren, and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew.
So now, do Moses know that he's a Hebrew, or do Moses think that he's an Egyptian?
He knows he's a Hebrew.
He know he's a Hebrew. He know he's a Hebrew. Look at Acts 7 and 23. That you know, like we say, when he was grown, but look how old he was. As the child grew. So, like I said, he was with his mother. He was with his biological mother. And family, I might say. You see what I'm saying? Because just the mother nursing him, but now it's saying he's 40 years old. So what time is it when we in this verse here? How old was he? Let's read it. Acts 7 and 23.
The book of Acts chapter 7 verse 23.
23, just only.
And when he was full 40 years old.
When he was how old?
When he was full 40 years old.
When he was full 40 years old, read.
It came into his heart to visit his brethren, the children of Israel.
Okay, hold that. Go back to where you at in Exodus, the 2nd chapter. Verse 11.
And it came to pass in those days, when Moses was grown.
So he was grown at 40 years old. We just say he's 40 years old, grown man, read.
That he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
He went out to see the burden, the captivity that we was in, the hard, rigorous bondage that we were in, and he spied one of the Egyptians smiting a Hebrew, one of his brethren, right? So go back to Exodus 7:24.
The book of Acts chapter 7 verse 24. And seeing one of them suffer wrong, he defended him and avenged him that was oppressed and smote the Egyptians.
So now let's go back to Exodus 2. And just to show you, I always say that there is no New Testament. So all they have is the law and the prophets. So you see they're bringing forth the same story that we see in here. Read on in Exodus 2nd chapter.
Verse 12. And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian and hid him in the sand.
So he looked this way and that way. He was checking it out, see if anybody could see him. And he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. Just as we just read. Verse 13.
And when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
So Acts 7:26.
The book of Acts chapter 7 verse 26.
We'll read verse 25 and 26.
Verse 25. For he supposed his brethren would have understood how that the Most High by his hand would deliver them, but they understood not.
Verse 26.
And the next day he showed himself unto them as they strove, and would have set them at one again, saying, Sirs, ye are brethren. Why do ye wrong one to another?
Right, why you wrong to another? Go back to Exodus 2. Why you out of the spirit, man?
Come on.
Don't you realize what kind of condition we in?
Come on.
This man was killing your Hebrew brother. And you said, hey, listen what they said. Read.
Verse 14. And he said, Who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me, as thou killest the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, Surely this thing is known. Now,
Wait a minute. Surely this thing is known, right?
Come on.
I mean, this Egyptian is already in hard bondage.
Come on.
The Egyptian Smitey's trying to kill this Hebrew.
Come on.
Smitey mean you trying to kill him. And Moses killed him.
Come on.
Buried him in the sand, right? So they seen it. Now here go Israelites, bunch of sambos. Oh, you planning to kill us too? He said, hey man, we brothers. Don't you realize what this is all about?
Brotherhood.
You know what I mean? Like, come on. I saved this man's life. And here they come to, you gonna kill us too?
Come on.
Just like what? They just like what? Like they what? Heathens just like the Egyptians.
Come on. Same old thing.
Same old thing as we see now.
Come on.
Read.
Verse 15. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing.
No, go back to Acts 7 and 27, 28.
The book of Acts chapter 7 verse 27. But he that did his neighbor wrong thrust him away, saying, Who made thee a ruler and a judge over us?
Yeah, who made you a ruler and a judge over us, Moses? Who you think you are, Moses? Like they told him out Shai. Who you think you are? Same old, same people. From then to now, Read.
Wilt thou kill me, as thou didst the Egyptian yesterday?
Wow.
Yasharal.
Read on.
Back to Exodus.
No, Acts 7.
Verse 29. Then fled Moses at this saying, and was a stranger in the land of Madian, where he begat 2 sons.
Right, so Moses fled to flee. You know, to Midian, where he begot 2 sons. He had 2 sons. Go back to Exodus 2.
Verse 15, Exodus 2, verse 15.
Right.
Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian, and he sat down by a well.
Right. So Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh. He had to leave his home. Because remember, he was Pharaoh. He was Pharaoh's daughter's son. He was raised up right there with Pharaoh, and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. But we know that he had 2 sons. That's why I said you're getting a little bit more information. We going back and forth. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 16. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water, and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock.
See? Moses stood up and helped them, and watered their flock. Moses ran the shepherds away by himself. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock. Go ahead.
And when they came to Ruel, their father, he said, How is it that ye are come so soon today?
Say, when they came back, say, how you get back here so soon?
Come.
Read.
And they said, An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds.
So now, they saying that an Egyptian delivered them out of the hand of the shepherds. So Moses' clothing, and it's, because he already let you know the Egyptians are what? A dark people.
Come.
Moses of the tribe of Levi, which would be a so-called Haitian today. You see what I'm saying? So just like this cat right here, that's a rendition of him right there. You see what I'm saying? So you see how he look. You see what I'm saying? So he's saying the Egyptian, plus he probably had the attire since he was living in Pharaoh's home of an Egyptian. Just like when the brothers seen Joseph when they came to Egypt. You see what I'm saying? They thought Joseph was an Egyptian until he told them who he was. You see what I'm saying? They didn't know who he was because he looked just like an Egyptian.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So no different than Paul. He was mistaken for an Egyptian. And Egyptians are a dark race of people. See, so go ahead.
And they said, An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds, and also drew water enough for us, and watered the flock.
So they looking at him as an Egyptian because his attire probably was the same, Go ahead.
And he said unto his daughters, And where is he? Why is it that ye have left the man? Call him, that he may eat bread.
Yeah, why you left the man? Why you invite him into the house? It's hospitality. Why you invite the man, so he can eat bread? Invite him to dinner, read.
And Moses was content to dwell with the man. And he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter.
So now, this is the wife of Moses, Zipporah, his daughter. Go ahead.
And she bare him a son. And he called his name Gershom. For he said, I have been a stranger in a strange land.
So he called his name Gershon. For he said he had been a stranger in a strange land. Read.
And it came to pass in process of time that the king of Egypt died.
So the king of Egypt died. Read.
And the children of Israel sighed by reason of the bondage.
So we crying. We sighing. It's hurtful. By reason of the bondage. The king of Egypt done died. And we sighing because we in hard bondage. Rigor. Read.
And they cried. And their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage.
So here it is. This is a solution right here. There go the solution right there. For those that have ears to hear and eyes to hear, because it's getting ready to be a time of Jacob's trouble for real. And this is what the Most High heard. But he seen the bondage that we were in. He seen that. Because he see everything. But you hear what it says? It says, and the Most High heard. It says, and they cried. And their cry came up unto the Most High by reason of the bondage, the hard, rigorous bondage that we were under, captivity that we were under the Egyptians. Read.
And the Most High heard their groaning. And the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob.
Yeah, the Most High remembered his covenant with Abraham, with Isaac, and Jacob. You see? He remembered the covenant, the contract, the agreement that he had given to Abraham, and it was passed down to Isaac and passed down to Jacob. And we got to bring it on home. Get Psalms 105 and 7. So you see, it didn't stop right there. Verse 8.
The book of Psalms, chapter 105, verse 8. He hath remembered his covenant forever.
So he hath remembered his covenant forever. Read.
The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations.
So let you know, for hope today, he commanded his covenant to 1,000 generations. Read.
Which covenant he made with Abraham and his oath unto Isaac, and confirms the same unto Jacob for a law, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant.
So it went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob, whose name was changed to Israel, and we became the Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, and this everlasting covenant is forever. Everlasting means it's forever. So the covenant is with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the 12 tribes of Israel. An everlasting covenant. And he remembered, as it says, and the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and he remembered the covenant that he made with Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. Verse 25 of Exodus, the 2nd chapter.
And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
All right, you hear? The Most High had respect unto the children of Israel. Unto them. Not everybody. Not just because you an Israelite. He ain't say nothing about no individualists. He ain't got no respect to no individualists. All y'all out there thinking y'all could just do it by yourself, more power to you. More power to you. He ain't say no, he said he had respect to who? Read it again.
Verse 25. And the Most High looked upon the children of Israel, and the Most High had respect unto them.
That's right. Most High had respect unto them. Get Colossians 3:25. So you know. And we'll understand. If you don't understand, you're going to understand it now, because the Most High ain't got no respect to us as individuals. Colossians 3:25.
The book of Colossians, chapter 3, verse 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done.
That's singular. Read.
And there is no respect of persons.
There's no respect of persons. You understand? But we come together. That's why get Hebrews 10:25. It's very important. This ain't no individual thing, man. This is all about coming together in unity and serving the Most High. Read that. Hebrews 10:25.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is.
Yeah, it's a matter of some individualists are, some individualites are doing individualism. See, we coming together even on conference call, on live stream, on different means of be able to come together. And you can invite a lot of people in dealing with learning together. We coming together. We coming together in the flesh. Also, so it says not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the matter of some is. Read.
But exhorting one another.
But you can't exhort each other if you're not together. You know what I mean? You all by yourself. Read.
And so much the more, as ye see the day approaching.
As so much the more, he said, as you see the day coming. The day of gloom, the day that the Most High, when he bring forth the day of darkness and not light. Where you either going to have it together or you're going to be put to death, period. Read.
Verse 26. For if we sin willfully, after that we have received the knowledge of the truth, there remaineth no more sacrifice for sins.
Yeah, if you sin willfully, when he's telling you to assemble yourselves together, we always talk about Zephaniah 2:1, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth. For the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you. I mean, that's clear, right? So, I mean, he's telling us here, if you sin willfully, knowing we supposed to be gathering ourselves together somewhere or another, after you have received the knowledge of the truth. I mean, you receiving the knowledge of the truth. It says, then remaineth no more sacrifice for sin. Mashiach Abishai not going to the Most High with groanings that's so sad that we can't even get that sad for us as individuals. You understand? But listen what it say. Read.
Verse 27. but a certain fearful looking for of judgment and fiery indignation.
Fiery indignation. It's coming. Regardless how you look at it, he going to burn this place up. He going to purify this earth with fire. They say, but a certain fearful. That means you afraid. Looking for of judgment, the judgment of the Most High through a Mashiach Yahushua, a fiery indignation, read.
Which shall devour the adversaries.
It's going to devour the adversaries, the enemies. So now, you want to stay by yourself, you want to be an individual, you're going to make it on your own. That's what they teach you in the church. You see what I'm saying? But that's not what the Most High is about. He's not about that, man. Get on Zephaniah 2:1. See, we didn't just cry as individuals. We cried as a nation. We was crying because these are the things that work. Point blank. You don't have the humility and the broken and contrite spirit when all this havoc getting ready to go down on a high level, and you ain't gonna cry to the Most High. He gonna make you cry. He gonna bring you down. He gonna humble you. All the proud gonna be brought down. Read.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1.
Listen what it say.
Gather yourselves together.
Say, gather yourselves together, read.
Yea.
Yeah, that's yeah. You know how we say yeah, that's yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Gather together, O nation not desired.
He said gather together. Yeah. Oh, nation not desired, read.
Before the decree bring forth.
Hey, before the decree bring forth, it's coming. Bring forth, I mean the future is coming, read.
Before the day pass at the shaft.
The shaft is the part of the wheat that you just let the wind blow and you burn up, read.
Before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you.
Hear that? Before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you. So when that fierce anger come upon you because you're an individualist, you want to be an individualite, you want to deal with individualism, what you gonna say? He's telling you. The fierce anger of the Most High gonna come upon them, read.
Before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you.
Woo. Before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you. You tell you, it's a fearful thing to fall into in the hand of the Most High. You see? The angels are trembling before him. We talk about you falling into the hands of the Most High. Exodus 15:3 say the Most High is a man of war. You see what I'm saying? So here we are. Read on, verse 3.
Verse 3. Seek ye the Most High, all ye meek of the earth.
Ain't nobody more meeker than the children of Israel. Read.
Which have wrought his judgment.
Wrought his judgment. That's Psalms 147:19-20. He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. As for his judgment, they have not known them. Praise ye the Most High. So he said, we have wrought his judgment. Read.
Seek righteousness.
Seek righteousness. Seek the laws of the Most High. Psalms 119:142. The Most High, is righteous. The law is the truth. Go ahead.
Seek meekness.
Seek meekness. That's humility. Read.
It may be ye shall be here in the day of the Most High's anger.
Yeah, you might be here in the day of the Most High's anger. You better hope you be right here in Isaiah 26:20. In the day of the Most High's anger. Because it's coming down. It's going down. He said, hey, fiery indignation. Hopefully you be here.
The book of Isaiah chapter 26 verse 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers.
Into these chariots that's coming to get 12 tribes of Israel for deliverance. Read.
And shut thy doors about thee.
Just like the Most High shut that ark up, he gonna shut these chariot doors. Come on.
Hide thyself as it were for a little moment.
He said, hey, you might be hid. What did he say? That you may be hid in the day of the Most High's anger. And the Mashiach Yahushua anger, he ain't coming with no peace. He coming to judge and make war. He said, go ahead.
Until the indignation be overpassed.
Until the fiery judgment, the fiery anger of the Most High be overpassed. Come on.
For behold, the Most High cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
The Most High, wow, Mashiach Yahushua. Because Mashiach Yahushua is coming to judge and make war with the power of the Most High. Coming out of his place, Mashiach Yahushua on the right hand side of the Most High, the Most High going to stand up. Or you hear me say, Crumb, Most High. Crumb Yahushua. Because he got to rise. He's sitting on the right hand side of the Most High. When the Most High say, rise up and bring forth the judgment, it's on. That's what I say. For behold, the Most High Mashiach cometh out of his place to what?
To punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity.
To punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity, for breaking the Most High's laws, for being wicked as ever. Read.
The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain.
Yeah, that the earth gonna disclose her blood and shall no more bury her slain, man. What kind of smell you think that's gonna be?
Come on.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why get Amos 9 and 10. Well, you get Amos 9 and 8. Start at 8.
The book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8.
This is warning. Read.
Behold, the eyes of the Most High Power are upon the sinful kingdom.
See, the Most High's eyes, which are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, are upon the sinful kingdom. And America is a very sinful kingdom. They're not following the laws of the Most High. They took the Most High out of the schools. They took Mashiach Yahushua out of the schools. So who they leave there? The devil, Satan, and everything wicked. That's why so many problems that we have with children's minds, because if they're not trained the right way, the proper way, they go to school. The Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, is not there. So what kind of curriculum they gonna learn? All the things of the world. Go ahead. Read it again from the top.
The book of Amos, chapter 9, verse 8. Behold, the eyes of the Most High Power are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth.
So we're going to destroy it from off the face of the earth. Point blank. That's what the prophets prophesied about. Our salvation is the Most High destroying these sinful kingdoms off the face of the earth and renewing the earth. And he's going to do it by fire, read.
Saving that I will not utterly destroy the house of Jacob.
He's not going to utterly destroy the house of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, read.
Saith the Most High.
Saith the Most High, read.
For, lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations.
So he's going to sift us from among all nations, because he told us in Deuteronomy 28 and 64 that he's going to scatter us among all nations for breaking his laws, statutes, commandments. So he got to sift us, get us from all these nations that we're scattered in, read.
Like as corn is sifted in a sieve.
So he's going to put us like in a sieve. That's like a strainer where you're doing like this, and it's going to tell you what's going to happen, read.
Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth.
That's the 1/3. The least is the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel. The least grain shall not fall upon the earth. That's the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel that's going to be redeemed. Read.
Verse 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword.
All the sinners. What's a sinner? That's someone that transgress or breaks the Most High's laws, his rules and regulations. You see? All the sinners of the Most High's people shall die by the sword, read.
Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us.
So all the 2/3 of our people, of the 12 tribes of Israel, he says that our sinners gonna die by the sword. He gonna kill them. Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So what do they say? They say the Most High can't touch us. Because Isaiah 45 and 7. I mean, this is how you get understanding through the precepts. The evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. These are the sinners of the Most High's people. They've been taught that they're not under the law, and you teaching the law, and you're not following the law, then you ain't nothing but a hypocrite. Con? Yeah, go ahead, read this.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7.
No matter what you believe in, read.
I formed the light.
Most High said, I formed the light. This is our power of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. He said, I formed the light, read.
And create
He
darkness.
said, he create darkness, read.
I make peace.
He said, he make peace, read.
And create evil.
And create evil. So they saying the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. So what they saying? The Most High can't touch me. Come on. That's why he say all the sinners of his people gonna die by the sword. Which say the Most High shall not overtake nor prevent us. Because who create evil? What he say? I make what?
Verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil.
Most High said, I make peace and create evil. Who do it?
I, the Most High, do all these things.
That's right. The Most High do all these things, you see? So all you that think the Most High can't touch you, you're going to find out in the end. And then what first they gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna run to Christ. Oh, Jesus, what? Come on, you sure? Come on, help me. You're Hoshai, help me. In Matthew 7:21. You know what I mean? 'Cause they call it on the name of Jesus. They call it on the name of Yeshua, Yeshaya, Yahushai, Mashiach, whatever. Here they is standing before him. Oh, I guess because people think they can run to Mashiach and run away from the Most High. We read about the Old Testament. Oh, that's that. They always say that's that evil God. He's a mean God. He be killing and all this stuff, right? But look, read that.
The book of Matthew, book of Saint Matthew, chapter 7, verse 21.
Yeah.
Not everyone that saith unto me, Mashiach,
Jesus, Yeshua, Yahushai, Yeshaya, Christ, Mashiach. Read.
shall enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Into the kingdom of heaven, y'all. Read.
But he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
And you better know the will of the Most High by the solutions that works. That our people found out that works. You understand? That's what you got to listen. When you read this Bible, you got to look at, wow, that worked. I'm just telling you, for real, that's spiritual. Because a lot of people are spiritual. You're reading the word, and they don't really understand what's going on. You got to read this Bible and say, oh, wow, that's a solution right there. This what worked.
Then crying to the Most High.
Crying to the Most High, yeah, they did it again. He gonna make us cry to him. There ain't no joke, ain't no situation that is not gonna happen. Point blank, I mean, read.
Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day.
So they gonna lead the Most High. They ain't with the Most High because everybody believe in who? Jesus, right? So they gonna say to him what?
Mashiach.
Yahushai, Jesus, Yeshua, Yeshaya, read.
Have we not prophesied in thy name?
Yeah, there it is. Have we not prophesied by Shem Yahushai in the name of Jesus? By Shem Yeshaya, by Shem Yeshua, by Shem Yoshua, whatever name they call him. You see what I'm saying? We prophesying in that name, read. But ain't talking about the Most High. Read.
And in thy name have cast out devils.
You see, in the name of Mashiach Yahushai. You see what I'm saying? In the name of Jesus Christ, have cast out devils. Here they are standing before him in the judgment, with the judgment. See, read.
And in thy name done many wonderful works.
See, in their name done many wonderful works. In their own mind. Remember, many are deceived. Ecclesiasticus 3:24. Many are deceived by their own opinion. And an evil suspicion is overthrown their judgment. So who create evil?
Most High.
Most High, right? So you think you on point, you a sinner. That's why I say all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword. Which say I shall not overtake or prevent them from dying. That's the Most High to create evil. You understand this? Spiritually, you got to see this because the Most High got his right hand, got his left hand. You see what I'm saying? Say, Most High can't touch me. That's what they saying. And not really dealing with what he's supposed to do. You know what they're supposed to do and obeying his rules and regulations. That's all laws are, rules and regulations. That's point blank. Read. This is what we're going to say to him.
Verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you.
Say what?
I never knew you.
Say, I never knew you. Read.
Depart from me, ye that work iniquity.
So do they know Mashiach Yahushua?